Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. Hey, baby, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Fabulous. Coming up later in the program, I'm going to visit with Joey Gilbert from the Mighty Magnet Company. I think it's called My Mighty Magnet.
Okay.
It's the little cable that's got the really strong magnets on it.
Oh, yeah.
That thing. So I'm going to be talking to him. I am looking forward to finding out where this crazy idea came from. It's a good idea. It's a neat idea, but I wonder where they came up with this. So I'm going to be visiting with Joey Gilbert later in the show. Got a couple of quotes. This one's a long one. It says, I often hear from new graduates that it's better to wait until you have more experience. But I'm a big believer in the power of inexperience. It was the greatest asset I had when I started TFA. If I had known at the outset how hard it was going to be, I might never have started. The world needs you before you stop asking naive questions and while you have the time to understand the true nature of the complex problems we face and take them on.
I agree with that completely.
Wendy Kopp, Boston University. I agree completely, too. And there's another one here, too. Because on the weekends we do two quotes, one for Saturday, one for Sunday. To understand the heart and mind of a person, look not at what he has already achieved, but at what he aspires to do. Cahill Gibran. I love it. It's a great quote. I aspire to have a great show. So stick around for that. It's all coming up. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Let's do the whole darn weekend. Saturday, June the 9th, is National Earl Day. Not Earth Day, not birthday, Earl Day. So if you know somebody named Earl, today's their day. National Donald Duck Day. National Strawberry Rhubarb Pie Day. Do you like strawberry rhubarb pie?
I do.
I do too. It's good. I wonder why rhubarb pie isn't all on its own.
Rhubarb goes well with everything,
It does.
but it's all by itself. It's a bit much.
Is that? Oh, that's
Yeah.
okay. And it's National Rose Day on Saturday the 9th. The 10th is Sunday is National Ballpoint Pen Day, National Black Cow Day, National Herbs and Spices Day, National Iced Tea Day, and National Children's Day. All of that happening this weekend. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-818-3967. 800-818-3967. That's 800-818-3967. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
John and Heidi.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs. But first, the owner of a Colorado bar where a man was hit in the leg when an FBI agent's gun accidentally went off on the dance floor announced that the man who got shot in the leg will get free drinks for life. So do you suppose they're all going to have to be shots? Okay, that was probably not funny. I thought it was kind of funny, but it was... the guy got shot. He didn't get killed. If he got killed, I wouldn't have made a joke like that. But he got shot in the leg. And he wasn't, shot directly in the leg. I believe it was like a ricochet that hit him in the leg. But that was a bizarre story.
Just a flesh wound.
Yeah, that happened in this last week or so. Just a weird thing there. Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Each day at this time, we talk about people doing dumb things under the influence. But addiction is no laughing matter. If you or someone you know needs help, there's a toll-free number you can call.
1-800-438-0380.
That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline.
1-800-438-0380.
And this is your brain on drugs. Police say a man in Oregon who was on drugs stole a car in front of deputies and thought he was in a real-life version of the game Grand Theft Auto. He led authorities on a 40-mile chase. 23-year-old Anthony Clark told the police he took some LSD, then he stole that Toyota Camry. 2 Jackson County deputies were waiting to tow it after an unrelated DUI stop. So another guy was drunk. They pulled the drunk man over. While they were waiting with the drunk man, this stoned man jumped in the drunk man's car and stole it. You'd think they would have removed the keys.
You would think
Just,
so, yeah.
You know, throwing that out there as advice in the future. Sheriff's office say Clark sped through multiple towns, crashed through a fence, ran over spike strips twice, drove down several roads the wrong way. He was arrested after ramming into another police cruiser, fleeing into a mobile home park, and then trying to steal another vehicle. He admitted to taking drugs and hallucinating while he was being interviewed by officers. The man is facing a bevy of charges from 3 different enforcement agencies. Yeah, a bevy. I mean, that's a bunch. I mean, it's more than a plethora. It's a bevy. A bevy of charges. This has been your Brain on Drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen. You a big fan of the Lego movie?
Yeah, I did like the
you
first
like
one.
That? Well,
Yeah.
you're probably going to like the second one then. The trailer for Lego Movie 2, the second part, has been released. The movie comes out February the 8th. I actually watched the trailer just because I wanted to see it, and I wanted to see if it was better, and it was kind of the same. Kind of clever. There's some clever stuff. So, like the first Lego movie, there's a lot of homage paid to other movies.
I never did get to see the Batman Lego movie. That's one I would like to see.
Well, maybe we'll have a date night, baby. I didn't know that you were into that. Here's one that's going to probably upset Heidi. Val Kilmer will star opposite Tom Cruise in the Top Gun Maverick movie that's coming out next year. Kilmer will join Cruise in a sequel to the 1986 action blockbuster in which Cruise's aviation Pete Maverick Mitchell is now a mentor to a new generation of U.S. Navy fighter pilots. Kilmer played Tom Iceman Kaczynski, or Kaczynski, I don't know how you said it. Anyway, Cruise's chief rival in the original film. Top Gun Maverick will hit theaters July 12th of next year. So I hope that it goes well. I really do.
I won't see it.
I just hope it goes well. Last time I saw Val Kilmer was in a video. It wasn't a movie.
Yeah, he
it was
wasn't
video.
looking good.
He was looking pretty rough. So I hope that everything's good. And I don't know what was going on in that video. I don't remember what the reason was for the video, but I always liked him. I thought he was a cool dude. So I hope that all goes well, and I wish them the very best. This has been Big Screen, Little Screen.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Now, your scoop of the day, courtesy of 49bydesign.com. The family of the late Chris Farley has filed a lawsuit against a bicycle company for naming their new fat tire bike the Farley. That's not very nice. So, I don't know. I think that was kind of in poor taste. But I can see why they would have a lawsuit. That probably makes sense. So it's a tire that has a bike that has really big fat tires.
I get that, but
and they called it the Farley.
did they trademark the name?
I
If
don't
not,
know.
there's
Well,
nothing that they can do.
I guess we'll let the courts decide, won't we? JetBlue is cracking down on emotional support animals. Apparently, a whole bevy of people have been coming through.
Gosh.
I just used that again. It was in a story earlier. I mean, how often do you get to use the word bevy? Whole bunches of folks have been bringing dogs and cats and porcupines and ponies and all kinds of different things, saying, it's my emotional support pet. So they're only allowing people to bring cats, dogs, or small ponies on board for emotional support. They're also requiring 3 kinds of paperwork for people flying with an emotional support animal, including a note from a mental health professional, proof of a checkup from a veterinarian for the animal, and a form that says the animal owner attests that the animal is fully trained.
Did you see the video I shared where Chris Pratt was trying to get a dinosaur onto an airplane?
No.
It was in a cage, and he was trying to say that it was his
Emotional
therapy.
support
Yeah, he had
dinosaur.
to have it with him. Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
I didn't see that.
I'll have to pull it
Your
up for you.
Facebook is a lot different than my Facebook. I don't even notice this. For the 7th year in a row, Hong Kong has been named the most expensive housing market on the planet. So if you're looking for a really expensive, tiny little place to live, Hong Kong is where you want to go. A parking space in Hong Kong is very expensive. One recently sold for, how much do you suppose, for a parking space?
Is this a monthly
They
fee?
just bought it. They bought
purchased it.
Yeah, how much for parking space in Hong Kong?
I will say
I don't know
$3
why
million.
No. What are you, crazy? No, that's just ridiculous.
Well, you said it's expensive.
$760,000.
Oh, well, that's
Heidi's
chicken
like, I'll
feed.
take the whole block. What are you talking about? $760,000. I don't know what a parking space costs around here, but I guarantee it's not that much. If it is, I'm going to start investing in parking spaces if people are going to pay that. A woman in China, speaking of China, got 2 surprises from police last week. She was arrested, and it was her birthday, so they gave her a birthday cake.
Oh, well, that was
Police
nice.
took a woman into custody on charges of manufacturing and selling counterfeit products. When police learned that it was her 45th birthday, they went and got her a cake.
That's nice.
Is that how it goes around here? I'm going to have
I
to
don't
ask.
know,
If I get
maybe.
arrested on my birthday, would you give me a cake?
Maybe.
Maybe it depends on what I get arrested for. She was arrested for making counterfeit products, and I know that there are a lot of those that come out of China. So apparently the police there do care because they arrested the woman for it. So there you go. Russian journalist and critic of the Kremlin reported to have been shot in the Ukraine showed up alive at a press conference last Wednesday to declare that his murder was faked by the Ukrainian security services in an effort to foil an assassination plot against him.
Oh.
So that's a bizarre
Way
story.
to go.
Yeah, that is. So good news is he's still alive.
That's good.
And
I wonder
think,
if he knew something about the Clintons.
would you just stop it? He's still alive.
They're going to be
so
mad now.
Would you
He's
just
alive?
stop it? A survey. The views expressed by Heidi on this program are not necessarily the views of any decent people anyway. A survey revealed what many fathers have already known. So dads, take a listen to this. We already knew this. Dads get slighted on Father's Day. The study reports 86% of Americans spend more money on Mother's Day than they do on Father's Day, and I demand a recount. I think I should have fluffier pancakes now because of it, or something. I don't know. I really don't care, honestly. And one last story. I think this is kind of interesting. It's from Saudi Arabia. The first 10 women were granted their driver's license Monday of this week, so not quite a full week ago. First 10 women in the history of the country were able to drive as of Monday in Saudi Arabia. How crazy is that we're celebrating a milestone like that? You'd think that would just be
you'd think
normal.
this day and age that's done. But
My wife over here, she drives all the time. I mean, you don't want to be around when she's doing it. But she's
I wonder though if there's going to be backlash from the diehards in that country
Well, I'm
when
sure
they
there
see
is.
them driving
Yeah,
their cars.
probably. I don't know. I just think it's a great step forward from everybody. This has been your Scoop of the Day, courtesy of 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Do you have ideas for t-shirt designs, but you don't have a clue how to print them? Or maybe you'd like to have t-shirts and coffee mugs available to buy online with your business logo printed on them. There's a website that makes it easy. We set ours up in about 10 minutes. There's no sign-up fee, no minimum orders, no monthly fees. It's just a really easy way to put some cool items online for sale, and you get paid every time somebody buys them. You don't have to print or ship anything. Just sign up, upload your designs, and then let people know where they can get your cool stuff. More details available at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We are in the middle of summer right now. People out having all kinds of adventures and doing all kinds of fun things. And while you're doing that, you probably take a photo or two. And this is the really cool thing. You can print those out, and you can use this little thing that we're going to talk about. It's called the Mighty Magnet, and we've got Joey Gilbert on the line. Joey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, John?
Fantastic. And you guys sent one of these over, so I had a chance to see what it looks like. This is a really cool idea, and I'm looking at some of the images that you have in your product information, and there's a lot of pictures hanging on the walls, and this is done in a different way. Let's explain kind of how this wall of memories that you can create with My Mighty Magnet, how that works.
Okay, so it's a 5-foot-long cable, metal cable, and what we use are what we call mighty magnets, and mighty magnets are a super strong rare earth magnet. And on one side we have the magnet, and on the other side we have different designs. And basically we hang the cable very, very easily, usually with a command hook so it doesn't mess up your walls in any way. There's a loop on top and a weight on the bottom, and each package comes with 9 of the mighty magnets. And then you just place the picture or greeting card or artwork or really anything that matters to you on the cable, put the magnet on top, and then it stays. And ultimately, the more of these you put together, the more of a collage of things that are important to you that you're really creating.
And I think it's really neat. It is a very mighty magnet. When I got the thing here, I was looking at it thinking, there's no way that's going to work because it's a tiny little cable and these little tiny magnets. And yeah, it'll stick on there by itself, but if you put something between there, no way. So I took a piece of paper and tried it, and it worked really well. Then I thought, well, what if it's something thicker? And I used a business card, which is pretty thick, and it still worked. I was like, wow, this thing is pretty crazy. So it is a mighty magnet, isn't it?
Right. So in fact, you could probably put about 6 or 8 of those business cards together and put just one magnet on top of it, and it'll hold.
That is crazy.
These rare earth magnets are terrific because as opposed to a regular magnet that's going to hold maybe one piece of paper on a wall, these are about 8 times stronger, and they're much, much tinier. But one of the big differences or differentiation points that we have is we don't only have the magnet. On the other side, we have these different designs. So probably the one I sent you had a diamond on the front.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Right, so it's very decorative. But we have for every age group and every demographic and really any kind of interest. So, for example, generic things like family, friends, memories, things like that, or diamonds. And then we got for the kid who loves soccer or baseball or cameras or music or the little girl who likes unicorn. So we have actually about 70 different styles to really fit everybody's interest. And so once you get into, a gifting season like graduation or Christmas, of course, you can really cover everybody on your list in one shot.
I like that. I'm looking on here. I see a ladybug and a cupcake and a butterfly and smiley faces and just a lot of neat things. So you can kind of make this your own and make it just a really fun way to, as you have in the brochure here, create a wall of memories.
That's right. And not only for you, but for, for your kids, for dorm rooms, for teachers and teacher gifts. And we have on our website, which is, if I can plug it, MyMightyMagnet.com, lots of different videos of people using it, as well as on our Facebook page. One of the things that we do is we have a contest every month where people put pictures of how they're using their My Mighty Magnets, and then we give a free super cable, which is a longer version of it.
Oh, wow.
Once or twice a month that way.
That's really cool. Again, visiting right now with Joey Gilbert with My Mighty Magnet. And how did this idea come about, Joey? How did you guys take this concept and say, hey, let's do this?
Well, I've been in the gift industry for about 20 years, so I had a platform to try it out. But basically, we had gone on a trip to Israel, and then we wanted to hang our pictures. And this was at the time that people were still printing pictures all the time. And I also always liked magnets, and I was kind of playing around with it. And so I used a rare earth magnet and different types of magnets and hung them up. And then one thing kind of led to another, and we were playing with different sizes of cables and a lot of versions of it to get to where it kind of made sense and more standardized. And what started out as just pictures really became a utility item for Christmas cards and artwork and thank you notes and important to-dos and even things like business cards. So like in my own office, I have a lot of people that I'm always following up with to get the products in their stores and things. And, I have a cable hanging right here that has the business cards that I got to follow up with.
That's neat.
So it's got a lot of different uses, and it's a good tool and very easy to hang.
And I love the idea of Christmas cards because that's one of those things where people send those to you. You get the photos, you get the stuff. Where do you put them? Now, some people put them across the top of the mantle. Well, what happens if you've got more cards than you have mantle? This is a great idea. You could hang one on each side, 2 on each side, 3 on each side, however many you need, just to make sure you've got enough room. It's a cool idea.
Right, and we also have a product called the Super Cable, which is, as opposed to a 5-foot vertical cable, that's a 10-foot horizontal cable. Oh. And those are terrific for Christmas cards. It's got a loop on each end, and also does come with the command hooks inside, so it's really a standalone product. And that's been ideal for actually Christmas cards, for artwork, and even a lot of teachers have them in their classrooms as well. it's a really good teacher gift that way.
Well, this is a really cool concept, and when I saw this, I said, boy, I want to chat with these guys just to see where this idea came from, because it's a cool idea. Again, our guest today, Joey Gilbert, and the product is called My Mighty Magnet, and the website, MyMightyMagnet.com. Joey, thank you for taking the time to visit with us.
Thank you so much, John. I really appreciate your time, and wish you and your wife a terrific summer and great luck.
Thank you so much. Now, if they want to purchase this or if they want to find it, if they go right to your website, or are there other places they should be looking?
The website's probably the easiest, and we do have some specials usually. And actually, if they want to save 15%, just put in Save 15 at checkout. That'll kind of be a bonus since you put us on the air there.
Nice.
They can also call us at our 800 number, which is 800-533-2373. And we do have probably a store carrying it locally as well. But if you call us, you can get that information if you want.
Very nice. Thank you again, sir. I appreciate the time.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Again, Joey Gilbert, and the company is My Mighty Magnet. That is the product as well, and the website as well, MyMightyMagnet.com. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
it's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough. Available now on Amazon, or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
John and Heidi.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Celery. You know the little green sticks?
I like celery.
It has negative calories. It means it takes more calories to eat a piece of celery than the celery has to begin with. So if you want a way to burn some calories, just eat a whole slew of celery.
Yeah.
Get a whole bevy
It's
of
a
celery and
superfood.
see what happens. A bevy? I tried. Didn't work.
Trying it again.
I tried one more time. And our final fun fact for
What's
you,
that,
Heidi.
John?
The average American needs more celery. The average American drinks about 600 sodas every year. That seems like a lot. That's like 2 a day almost.
Yeah,
You
that's
think that's?
a lot.
I know I
drink
don't. I'm
that
below
much.
average. I drink more water lately, and I've
Yeah.
been drinking iced tea in place of, like when I go to a place where you order something, I'll usually get iced tea, or I'll
Yeah,
say
I don't
I'll just
drink
stick with
600
water.
a year. I know
Yeah,
that.
I don't know. So there you go. A couple of fun facts, courtesy of LearnWithoutLoans.com.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day. I love this one, Heidi. It's
Okay.
retrove. What do you think retrove means?
Retrove.
Retrove. What do you think retrove means? I'll spell it for you. RetroVaille. Retrove. What do you think retrove means? You're gonna like
I
it when
don't
you hear it.
know. An old-fashioned or an outdated house.
No. Good guess, but
What?
thumbs down. The happiness of meeting again after a long time. So if you see somebody that you haven't seen in a long, long time, it's a retrove. It is also a rediscovery. So that happens to me a lot. I'll bump into somebody that I haven't seen in like 6 years. I'm like, wow, I haven't seen you forever. What have you been up to? And I think it's funny because I, at one point, lost a bunch of weight, and then I gained a bunch of weight, and now I'm losing a bunch of weight again. So depending on how long it's been since I've seen them, I've either lost weight or gained weight since I've seen them last. So every time I have a retrove, I have to think, how much did I weigh when I saw you last week? Do I look fatter now or skinnier? I'm just wondering. I'm wondering how long it's been. All right, this has been your what is it again? Grandiloquent word of the day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
John and Heidi.
Now some weird news, and this story is so weird. I almost didn't even share it, but Heidi's going to love it. A car salesman at League City Auto Dealership is suing his former coworker and the dealership's parent company after he claims that he faced a number of abuses while working there, including intentional flatulence and pinched nipples for more than a year. I knew you were going to laugh. I almost pulled the story out because I don't think
This was a dealership.
This was at a car dealership. Now,
Okay.
let me explain. Brett Bland, who is filing the lawsuit against Jeremy Pratt and CT Motors, contends in the lawsuit that Mr. Pratt's behavior included constant taunting, inappropriate banter, and making extremely crass, vulgar, and rude comments to or at the expense of Mr. Bland.
I'm sorry, but that's what it's like to work at a dealership.
Now, Heidi's worked at a dealership, and she can tell you.
And it was one of my favorite jobs because of that.
Explains so much.
It was
he said
such a
it
fun
created
atmosphere. This guy with a stick up his butt
Hey,
should probably go
calm
someplace
down.
else.
Can you just calm
Taking
down?
all the fun out of work for everybody
Okay.
else.
He said it created a sexually hostile environment at work and on social media. Among other things, he claims Mr. Pratt reinforced dominance over his subordinates by regularly entering their enclosed offices, intentionally passing gas, laughing as he forced them to breathe the soiled
Yeah,
air.
that's pretty much what it's like working at
He's
the
like,
dealership.
Hey, you got a phone call to make or something? Good luck. I can't even believe I read that on the radio. This has been definitely some weird news for this weekend.
John and Heidi.
Now, your moment of duh. Maine authorities say a South Portland, Maine man set his kitchen on fire in an attempt to force his roommate to move out.
Oh, wow.
That led to his arrest, by the way, so don't do that. City and state officials said the police and firefighters responded to a South Portland home to investigate a reported fire Sunday night, so this would have been last weekend. The Portland Press Herald reported 52-year-old suspect was arrested and charged with arson Monday. Fire marshal's office spokesperson says the man lit a small fire on his kitchen table in an effort to force his roommate to move out. What? Why would that have forced your...
I don't know.
The
Afraid of
roommate
fire?
fled the house during the fire and was unharmed. I'm sure he's back now because this dude's in jail. It's like, hey, this worked out great for me. Thank you. You're in jail. I get the apartment all to myself. Bad idea. That's why this is today's Moment of Duh.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
it's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough. Available now on Amazon or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
John and Heidi.
Coming up, we've got some good news to get to, but first, you say it. Fake
news or Florida?
Oh, there you go.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out where we were at right now.
You were just on your phone messing around.
I was just
like
on my
you want
phone.
weekends off or something.
I
just
don't like to work the weekends.
Okay. Fake news or Florida. Heidi, tell me if this is a true story that really happened in the great state of Florida or if it's just a bunch of flubbery, if we've made it up.
Alrighty.
All right. A priest is charged with a DUI after hitting 3 parked cars in the church parking lot on the way to Mass. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
Sorry, that one's fake news. No, that did not happen.
Okay.
All right, ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Fake news or Florida? Police officer was caught trying to pawn the guns he was given to teach a concealed weapons class. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
It is a true story. Sadly, that's a true story. I don't have time to share the whole story, but I do have a link to the story in the show notes. You'll find that on our page, johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of Odiva, the monthly subscription service just for the ladies. All the details at radiosavings.com. Here's some good news for you. A student who overcame abuse is given a new car from a stranger with a brain tumor. How crazy is this? Have you seen this story? You know anything about it?
No.
Okay. It says here,
The stranger had a brain tumor?
well, let me read to you here. Last week, Siona Bren was working a normal shift at Starbucks, and everything was going as usual. That is, until a stranger jumped out of a dumpster and surprised her with a new car. The gift was courtesy of Charlie Jabale, a former music executive who quit the industry after he was diagnosed with a brain tumor. Now he wants to use the time he has left to help other people, so last week he helped Ms. Bren. It has been a decade since Bren first came to the U.S. from Ethiopia, but years have not been easy. The 19-year-old spent years in an abusive foster home before she was finally removed. She was eventually able to move in with a distant cousin who was living in Houston, Texas, but since a relative is not a legal guardian, Bren was declared homeless by the state. Despite these struggles, she graduated from high school with honors, earned a scholarship to the University of Texas in San Antonio, and currently works about 35 hours a week at a coffee place so she can support herself, but she doesn't have transportation. So that is when Jabale, on the other hand, a Grammy Award winner, he managed rap artists, and he was diagnosed with cancer last year, and he said, I'm going to make some changes, and I'm going to do some good things for people, and he found about this young lady and decided to do this. I think that's really cool.
Huh.
So it's just a really, if you...
Why was he hiding in a dumpster?
They just to surprise her.
Oh.
I don't know. What was he supposed to do? Walk in with the keys and here's your car. See you later?
I wouldn't hide
They
in
were
a
trying to make the
dumpster.
video fun, I think. I don't know. I've got a link to the video if you want to read all about it. She says, I think I'm in a dream right now. It's more than a dream. It's crazy. So she was so happy. She got a Toyota Corolla. That was what they gave
Like
her.
a
so.
nightmare. Somebody's jumping out at you from a dumpster.
No, it was just a fun thing. It was just
Lucky
silliness.
you didn't get smacked and knocked out or tased or something.
Heidi pulls out a gun. And says, well, sorry about that. Thanks for the car. I'll follow you in the ambulance. I'm sorry. This has been your good news. I've got a link to it in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend.